Hello everyone, welcome to Quant Masters. I'm Harshita Alveli. Today we have Aysha with us who is from Calicut, Kerala, and she got placed in Carestack recently. So she's here to share her experience with us. Let's talk to her and get to know about the entire interview process in detail. Hi Aysha,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So yeah, firstly I would like to congratulate you for getting placed in Carestack, Aysha. We are really happy for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so could you please introduce yourself, Aysha?
I'm currently working as a software development engineer or SDE1 in Carestack, and I had completed my BTech graduation from TKM College of Engineering, Kollam. I was a computer science student, and I had been batch 17 of the Quant Masters program.
Okay, and what's the job role and the package that's offered for you? Job role you mentioned. What about the package, Aisha?
It is 7 LPA.
It is 7 lakhs per annum. That's amazing. Nice to know, Aisha. So yeah, let's talk about your interview experience now.
Sure.
Yeah. So was this an on-campus or an off-campus interview, Aisha?
It was an off-campus.
It was an off-campus. So when did you apply for Carestack?
Somewhere in the mid of June.
In the mid of June 2022.
Yes.
Okay. So when did you get the response from the company?
After a week from my interview, they gave me the response that I was selected. They had called me and said it, confirmed it.
No, I mean to ask when did they schedule the first round or something like that?
Oh, okay.
First
So,
response.
yes, actually, some of my friends had gotten in the on-campus placement, so
Mhm.
they referred me, and they had a poster sent to them that if you have any friends who want to try out Carestack, they can try the off-campus in June 11 or something. So I applied for that, and I had 4 rounds, which are all conducted on the same day.
Okay.
Uh,
When did
so
all these rounds happen? Do you remember the date?
I think it must be June 11.
Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
In the morning, this was happening in Trivandrum Technopark. So they had another office in Kochi, but I went to the one in Trivandrum because it was closer to where I was staying then. So the first round was aptitude. But it was not strictly aptitude. There was a mix of aptitude and some other questions also. Like there were 5 questions from aptitude, which including one where we had to guess a number where the car was parked. I think it was famous, where they show the parking numbers and a car is parked and you have to find number under it. And some other common aptitude questions, which I
Okay.
found in
How do you
Quant.
find the number? I did not exactly understand what you're trying to tell. There is you have to decode some logic and then find out what's the number.
Yes,
They will give
yes,
you some clues or something.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So how many such kind of questions were given?
And there were 5 questions.
Okay. And what time was given to answer them?
Including those 5 questions and the Sudoku puzzle we have to solve, we were given 45 minutes.
Okay. And then what else was asked in the first round?
And then they gave a simple coding question where we had to just make a program where we have to find the occurrence of a word in a string. For example, if the word is A, then you have to find how many times A appears in that string.
Okay. Fine.
You
Fine.
could write it in any programming language. They did not specify that.
There's no restriction.
I had written
So
it in
yeah,
language.
so this was all about the first round. Nothing else was asked.
No.
Okay. So immediately they told you that you have you are selected for the next round.
Yes. Next was a technical interview. So in technical interview, they had referred your resume. So if you have mentioned something about HTML or CSS, then they did ask questions about that. For me, they asked which were the latest versions of HTML and what were the benefits of the new HTML from the old one. And they also asked me what are the new versions of JavaScript and how is it different from the one which I learned back when I was in 12th. And they also asked me about the OOPS concepts, about what is inheritance, what are the types of inheritance, what are the benefits of inheritance, and what is polymorphism, what are the
Okay.
types of polymorphism. And then they asked about what is the application of stack and queue, and what are the types of linked list, what are the applications of the different linked lists, and these are all the questions they asked. And they asked to write a code about SQL, as in how to create a table, how to create a database, how to insert values into the tables.
Okay.
I guess they asked me this because I had mentioned that I had learned basics of SQL back in 12th
Mhm.
and also some in engineering. So yeah,
Okay. So based on your resume, the questions were asked.
yes,
Whatever you mentioned related to that, questions were asked. Okay. So this was all about the technical interview.
yes.
And what was the next round?
The next round was virtual interview where we had a meeting with the director of engineering. So he asked me more questions about the project, basically on the final year project, what I had done.
Mhm.
I explained him the basic concept and he was impressed by it. And also he asked me a question based on hashing. Uh, the same thing where to find the occurrence of word in a string, which is the most efficient method. I
Mhm.
mentioned it was hashing, where we have to take each word as the key and the number of time it occurs as the value. So yeah, these were both the questions he asked. And he explained more about Carestack, what the company basically does, how the
So he was
uh,
the director of the company.
yes, that's of engineering. That was his post.
Okay, nice, nice. So this was all about the third round.
Yes.
Okay, so was this an elimination round?
Yes, all the rounds were elimination round. There are people who went out after the first aptitude round, after the technical interview.
Okay,
There were eliminations in all the rounds.
okay, and all the three rounds happened on the same day, even the fourth round.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what was the last round then?
The last round was the HR round.
Mm-hmm.
And I had mentioned in the resume that I had completed my high school studies abroad. So they asked me about how I could adjust when I changed places, how I would be working in a group setting, whether I would be comfortable with it. Also, the place I'm working was 6 hours away from my hometown. So is it okay? And would I be able to find a place to stay? And all those types of questions.
Okay, so these are all basic questions, nothing complicated
Yeah.
was asked.
Yeah.
It's quite
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah. They also said that the job would be challenging and would I be ready for that and all those types of questions.
Okay, so this was all about the four rounds, and the same day you got to know the results as well.
No, they called me back after a week.
After a week, okay. After a week, you got to know that you are finally shortlisted. Okay,
Yeah.
nice, nice. So that was the entire interview journey.
Yeah. There were 35 students in the beginning, 35
Mhm.
candidates. And then by the end of it, from the HR there were only 5 people, from which only 3 got selected.
Okay, for the final round, five was there for the HR round, and out
Yes.
of the five, only three got selected.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, you are from Quant Masters, right, Aisha? So would you like to tell how was your journey with Quant Masters?
Yeah, of course. I was really impressed with the way it was structured, and they covered everything, whether it was about aptitude, whether it was logic, whether it was basics of programming. I mean, I guess I learned more in clarity about programming from Quant Masters back in college. It was very fun, and there were so many tips and tricks where I didn't even know things could be calculated this easily and this quickly. Uh, Problems which I used to take almost, I don't know, half hour, I could solve just in 10 minutes thanks to Quant Masters. And all the mentors were really friendly. You could ask doubts, and I would really recommend it to anyone who wants to get a placement quick and easy after college.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aisha. That's really sweet of you. And also, thanks for being here, sharing all the information with us, Aisha. Students who are watching the video will find it very helpful.
Uh, I really hope they do, and they recommend Quant Masters to their friends also.
So, yeah, congratulations once again and all the very best for your future, Aisha.
Thank you.